If you're looking for ways to get more listings, but you're just tired of paying so much money for leads and trying to find the best lead source, well, this video is for you because I'm going to take you through a step-by-step tutorial of how to use Redx so you can set more listing appointments and grow your real estate business faster in a much more affordable way. So let's dive right into the video. So what is Redx and is it a good fit for you and your business? First things first, Redx is an all-in-one prospecting platform that helps you focus on getting seller leads and more listing appointments set. The way it does this is it gives you everything you need in one toolbox to be able to go out there and have more conversations with sellers and set more appointments. Now, there are a lot of different lead sources that you can choose from when you work with the Redx product. I have my favorite lead sources that I'm going to tell you about shortly, but you might find your own as you start to use Redx, and you might find your own favorite lead source. And the best part about it is they're all super affordable leads, and you're not going to be spending so much money and breaking the bank wondering how you're going to continue to pay for these leads because Redx is super affordable. As long as you do the work, this is a great platform to scale your business with. Now, I do want to break into some of the lead types that you can choose from, and I'm going to share with you my own personal experience. The leads that I found have worked really well to set appointments, and the ones that I haven't had much luck with. So if you want to check this out, click the link down below. There is an affiliate link there, and it's going to give you access to different sales and discounts if you do decide to move forward and give Redx a try. Now, once you get there, you're going to be taken to this screen here. Now, let's look into all the different lead types and which one could be a good fit for you to start with. Okay, so once you click the link down below, you're going to be taken to this page here. It's going to tell you a little bit more about Redx in general and some of the tools that you can use, but here's the major lead sources that you are able to sign up for. The first one is expired listing leads. Now, expired leads in your market might not be a popular thing. If it is, I highly suggest you call them. But there's also something you do with Redx where you upload old lists and you can get old expired listings. Think about the listings that expired 2 or 3 years ago. Those are huge opportunities that so many agents in your market are probably overlooking. And those are opportunities that might want to list this month or they might want to list next month, because once you talk to them and tell them about what their home is worth now compared to when they listed their house years back, they might be shocked and they might be ready to actually make the move that they thought about doing years ago. So make sure to check that lead source out. It's a really good one, especially the old expired leads. And if you end up calling Redx instead of going through here, if you did want to get that lead source, make sure to mention Unplugged Agent. They'll hook you up with different sales and discounts, but definitely ask them the steps to upload and get old expired leads, because you don't just want the new expireds, you also want the old expired leads, things from years back. And it's very simple to get once you get the Redx system. You can get those within a couple minutes. The next lead source is for sale by owners. Now, I'm going to be straight with you here. If you're not going to practice and really sharpen your skills, I wouldn't waste a ton of time with this lead source, because this is a very sales-based lead source, and you're going to have to get good at sales, you're going to have to get good at follow-up, and you're going to have to get good at building relationships and overcoming objections. There's going to be a lot of rejection with these leads, and if you're just starting out, you might want to avoid these. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, because they're actually really good. If you can get through that part of things, you're going to probably be very happy and you're going to have some good results. But it is a very rejection heavy kind of lead, and if you're just starting out at this, it might be a little challenging. The next one we have is the for rent by owner leads. Now, I love for rent by owner leads. I have a lot of success with these, and if you want to check it out, there's a video I'm going to put right here where I'm calling for rent by owner leads live, and you can actually hear me have conversations with them, and they go very well. So I would highly suggest you check that video out and kind of hear how the conversations go, because it can be really good and they can lead you to a lot of really great opportunities. The next lead source we have here is geo leads. Now, you might be wondering, like, what is a geo lead? That sounds weird. Essentially, it's circle prospecting. So if you get a listing in a neighborhood and you want to call around the neighborhood, you're able to type in that address and pick the leads that you want. It will pull you a complete list of them and you can start calling. I really love this lead source. Now, don't expect quick wins with it. You might find somebody that's ready to go right away, but chances are you're going to be able to build your database and start building relationships that can turn into things 6 to 12 months from now. So this is a good pipeline builder, and it's an excellent way to prospect on a daily basis and really get some wins long term. But if you're looking for now business, this is not the place to be, but I highly suggest you use it, because you can even use it when you go to listing appointments and say, hey, look, I'm not just gonna post your house and forget about it. I'm gonna post your house and then I'm gonna call 500 homes around your house and try to look for a buyer. Now, that will get you a lot of points with potential sellers if you're trying to win your next listing. So this can be a huge asset for you, but just don't expect quick, easy wins because it might not happen right away. The next one is the pre-foreclosure leads. If you like helping people in tough situations, this can be for you. These people are going through hard times and you can step in, and if you can make a difference, you can really help a lot of people and you can make good money listing these homes. So I highly suggest you check this lead sources out as well. And I know a lot of agents that do really well with these pre-foreclosure leads, so I wouldn't sleep on those at all either. Now, I am going to show you a sneak peek of what it looks like once you log into Redx after you choose your lead source and you get into Vortex. So let's take a look at this here now, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use the system so you can get dialing right away. Okay, so now we're in the system, and when you get in your system, it's not going to be blurred out. I just wanted to blur this so people's private information wasn't posted all over the internet, but I do want you to see the back end of Redx and how easy it is to use. So first things first, when you log in, you're going to see these prospect source columns. Over here, you're going to see all your leads depending on what lead packages you decided to go with. So if you got expireds, you click here, you're going to see all your expireds. You can check off the ones you want to call, and then you can hit dial, or you can start dialing and start reaching out to these people. Now, you also will get a lead profile for each lead, which will give you more information about the person's property, when it was listed, when it was on the market, how long it stayed on the market. You know, there's a lot of good data here, and it also tells you a lot about the property itself. You can also open this up and go to a Zillow tab and see the person's property and information if you're on the phone with them and you're just trying to reference. This has been really helpful for me when I've been dialing, because sometimes people talk about their property and you haven't seen it yet, so you want to be able to relate and you want to be as educated as you can about the person's home that you're talking to so you can have a better conversation. And this tab alone has been super helpful because I can get eyes on the property right away just by clicking one button, and I don't have to toggle over into Google and do a search, and I just click a button and I'm right there, which is a really good thing with prospecting. So you can see the lead's personal profile. And another cool thing about this is it will actually screen for do not call numbers. So if you notice here, you're going to see a DNC tag, and it will actually tell you what numbers are on the DNC list so you can avoid fines. Now, this is one of the things that I really love about it, because I'm super careful about calling people on the do not call list, because I don't want to get slapped with those high hefty fines just for trying to do my job. So I highly suggest checking that part out as well and avoiding the do not call numbers. There's plenty of people to call, especially when you have a system like this, so you have no need to really call do not call numbers. I would definitely avoid it, because you call the wrong person and you can end up in a situation where they're reporting you and trying to get you fined, which is definitely not what we want. Now, as you go down the list, you're going to see all the different lead categories, and they're going to look very similar to what I just showed you. You're going to have the property information, you're going to have the person's contact info, you're going to have some information about the property, you have a place where you can write notes if you had conversations, and then you can also organize the leads based on if there's somebody that answered the phone, you had a good conversation, if you need to call them back. There's all these things that you can do and kind of use it as a light version of a CRM and do your callbacks as well, which I really like about it. Now, the geo leads, they're a little different. And the cool thing about the geo leads is you can pick exactly who you want to call. So if we click on the geo leads here, you're going to notice there's a tab on the top right hand corner. Now, when you click geo leads, you're going to be in a position where you can type in any address that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in a random address and show you exactly what this looks like. Now, the address is going to be blurred because I don't want anybody's information there, but I do want to give you an idea of what this looks like. So once we punch the address in, you're going to see this little drop box here, and this is allowing you to pick how many leads you actually want Redx to search for you and find. So you can order as many as you need, and you're also going to get credits when you order circle prospecting leads. So you're going to see these credits on the top right hand side, and each address that you download is basically one credit. So you're going to see how many you have, and if you need to buy more credits, if you run out, you can. I haven't personally run out of credits. Typically you have plenty to call for the month, which is a good thing. But this is the coolest thing right here, is you can pick how many you want. So say I pick 500. Now, there is one other feature that I want you to know about, because you can spend a lot of time calling people that probably won't sell. And Redx has realized that, and they've actually built in technology that tells you what the people in that area are selling their homes at, like what rate they're selling their homes. So if you notice up here, you're gonna notice that there's a 4% turnover rate in this area. So that means out of 1,000 homes, 4% of those are going to sell within the next year. So I would typically look for neighborhoods that are over a 7% turnover rate. If you can get higher, that's awesome. But I typically see between 5 and 7% as the norm. If you start getting down into the 2 and 3% range, you might not have as much luck and success as you would hope. However, if you've got a listing in that area and you want to promote it, I highly suggest you call anyway, because there's still 2 or 3% of people that are going to move and they might not be being called as much, and you could be their ideal realtor. So I'm not saying don't call if there's a low number there, but this will give you a rough idea of what to expect. And if you're going to spend time calling, try to call people that have a more that are more likely to sell. So definitely use that tool. It's a game changer for sure. Now, once you download your list, it's going to show up here. You have all these different geo lead addresses, and then if you want to call that neighborhood, all you do is click the lead category, and then your leads are going to come up. Next, you want to click the checkbox, and then you want to press dial. Before we do that, I do want to go into dial settings, and I'm going to show you a little bit more on that. So you're going to find the leads on the bottom left-hand corner here. So you're going to have all your different leads that you can call. These are your geo leads, and then you have the information of the property, and you can just work through those and mark them if you're in progress, if you have conversation with them, if you need to follow up with them, and you can start working your database and start warming these leads up and building your pipeline so you start getting more listings. Geo leads are one of the most affordable lead sources. They just take a little bit more time, but if you're committed to prospecting and you're working every day to build your listing inventory, this can be an incredible resource to do that. So I highly suggest you look into those. Now, if you have other leads that you want to upload into Redx so you can start calling, there is a manual input box where you can import custom data and other leads. If you have a CRM or you have other things going on, you can put those leads in there. For example, if you're buying Facebook leads or Google pay-per-click leads or Zillow leads or Realtor.com leads, you can upload those to Redx and then use Redx as your CRM and your outreach point. So you have a total prospecting toolkit and you don't have to have everything in all separate places, which is a really cool thing. And then once you upload it, all you would do is label the folder as Zillow leads or Facebook leads or whatever lead source that you're using. So definitely check that out as well. So Redx totally works, but it only works if you do. This system is a really great tool to build your listing inventory and get more listings and scale your business. And it can be done in a very affordable way. The thing with Redx is you actually have to work. You actually have to make the calls. You have to have the conversations. And that's the thing that most agents get hung up on. So I highly encourage you to look into this more. I highly encourage you to incorporate it into your business because it can be a phenomenal tool and it can be a great way to build your listing inventory fairly quickly, especially if you use some of the more hot lead sources that I talked about in this video. So I hope this video helped you out. Drop a comment in the comment section below if it has, and you have an awesome day, and cheers to get more listings.